Out here in Arkansas, we can use 5 hooks.
This segment is brought to you by Doritos Jack. Well, tell them what you're looking for there, Jeff.
Okay, when we're looking for white bass, this time is pre-spawn up in these rivers. What we have here is, right now we've got a layer of shad and small fish and 28 foot of water hugging the bottom. You can see how this is getting a lot brighter right in here. That means the fish are getting a lot thicker. There's more and more of them.
Right over that little point there, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I see that one. I saw him when he flared over here by me. You know, normally white bass don't run in schools. I'd say they run in packs.
Right.
Got him lassoed good. Good quality fish too. Not real sure.
Well, they've been holding their eggs so long this year because of the weather.
It's a real nice, healthy fish right there, and they fight. It's one of the things in the reservoirs and whatnot to have the rivers and stuff feeding into them every spring. All the white bass will, I say all of them, most of them, they'll migrate up the rivers to spawn and whatnot. That's an excellent time for pre-spawn, spawn, and then even post-spawn, because post-spawn, then they're moving out. I had one hit while I was talking. They follow the same routes out. And I mean, it makes for a fun day, you know, when you can catch a mess of fish, especially these white bass, because just how hard they fight.
Already, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let me
see
try
what kind
that.
of bank we've got right here. That's, you know, most of you crappie guys or something would look at a similar type of bank, kind of sand or some little gravel or whatnot. White bass, a lot of times in these rivers, they'll spawn in the same type. The one good thing about white bass, a lot of times they'll spawn in cooler water, so they can be the first things that come up and spawn. So when you get the old cabin fever and been in old hard winter like we've been having,
There's one.
it's kind of fun. Mr. Steve here's got another one.
Yeah, it's just a good way to start this summer, and kind of winter's over and it's just beautiful out here with, like I said before, you know, with all these trees blooming, and picking up a few fish on the end of the rod, it just makes it all that much better. Smaller male, but at least it's a fish. I'll take it.
That fish hit me right at the boat. Fish hit me right at the boat.
There one. Hey, yeah, right at the boat.
That's the same way he did me, Bill.
I'm talking about right there.
They got some size to them.
Yeah, they big. Pretty.
That's gotta be, that's gotta be a female that spawned,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
spawn female. Yeah, they're pretty. Ready to go. Go south, girl.
There's one right here, right under the boat. A lot of people turn their nose up at white bass fishing, and you know, you got to look at what we're in right here. The old river's kind of dirty and muddy, and not much clarity or whatever in it, and stumps, trees, and everything else in it. You know, but I've always enjoyed catching white bass, and especially some with a good size to them. And, you know, pretty good table fare for people that like to eat them. They're just good little fighters, and usually if you can locate one, you can catch several. You know, in doing shows, we always try to cover the 4 basic principles of any fishing show.
Nice fish, Scott.
And it's where are you, what are you catching, how are you catching them, and why are you catching them this way. I think we've covered 3 of the 4, and the one is how are we catching these. You know what we're using. So I'm gonna let our show host tell us exactly just how we're catching these white bass and the presentation that we're doing.
This is a simple setup. We've talked about the equipment and the go-go minnows, what we're doing. Now, all we're doing is we're setting about 15 foot of water. Here in the river, this is a little bit of an island, or a little bit of a gravel bar, I guess you would say, in this area. We're gonna throw out, and we're just gonna retrieve real slow. We wanna be real close to the bottom. These fish in here are laying real close to the bottom. So I'm gonna watch this high-vis nanofill, and then I'm just gonna hold my rod to the side. I'm gonna watch my rod tip, and I'm just gonna crank in just a real slow retrieve. Then white bass and crappie will just pick it up, just real easy.
Huh? How's that feel?
Well, he feels frisky.
That's a dandy. That's a dandy right there, Jeff. I mean, tell you.
Right.
Caught him on the top hook, didn't
Got
you?
him on the top one.
Get you down on your knees there, bro.
Nice fat.
My goodness, that is, isn't it? You've got, now I've just got like a circus look here. I've got some chartreuse head, there's white head, green head, and there's an orange head. We're going with a pearl and chartreuse. You just really need some you know, good colors on here, and that's something that you guys can experiment with. You know, you've heard us talk many times about crappie fishing. Change your color, change your bait. Same can be said for the white bass too. There he is, right there. I mean,
That was quick. Right
Steve,
off
I
this
mean, yes,
little
sir.
point?
I mean, tell you, I saw it when he hit.
Really?
Saw him come and hit it. Absolutely. We've drifted down a little ways. Golly, I'm gonna tell you what. That dude, I've got, there's your camera bag, quick release. Nice right there. Fat as a pig. That's over 2 pounds.
Well, as long as I can remember, I've been coming up here in the Neosho and Spring River catching these fish, and
Grew up on this river.
I absolutely love to come up here and catch these fish this time of year. This is one of my most favorite things to do, and it's something that a lot of people can enjoy. It's really, really simple, and you can take advantage of these fish in the same locations, on the same baits, year after year, and it's the first thing we get to do as soon as kind of the ice breaks, and it's just something you want to do toward the first of the year.
I believe you beat me.
White bass fishing. People don't like doing this. They're hard people to please, ain't they,
Yeah,
Bill?
you can't have it fun.
This right here is as fun a fishing as anything. To go out, take your family, get kids started in fishing. It's fast action. They're good little old fighters. Stretch your strength, sure enough.
Hold it.
You know, in this day and time of tournament angling and popularity as a fish and everything, now who would have thought 15 years ago we'd have had crappie tournaments or even catfish tournaments? And of course, they've always had bass tournaments. And you know, there'll never be a tournament maybe for white bass or whatever. But I think today you can just see how catching white bass and stuff just made a couple old buzzards like me and Steve just as happy as we could be. So maybe we converted you over, you know, today to where you might go after these fun little fighters right here. If they were dinosaurs, I think they'd be velociraptors. Fun time, but that's all the time that we have today. But just remember, we'll be out there somewhere next week, right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. Let's put them back.
You got him, buddy.